Hi, my name is Roman Bodnarchuk, and I really appreciate your time today. I want to talk to you about an incredible investment opportunity, specifically in real estate. At the age of 14, I was able to purchase my first rental property. I was able to become a millionaire at 30 and get to $1 million a year by 35. So most of that has come from the real estate success. So what I can tell you about today is a very interesting opportunity to own real estate in one of the most valuable places in the entire world. So location, 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 we're going to cover that, why this is as good as it gets. Number two, and an asset class which is doing incredibly well, which is the hotel business. Our location is in a place called Muskoka. And for those of you that don't know Muskoka, it's only 90 minutes outside of Toronto, which is the fastest growing city in North America. Over 100,000 people a year are moving into Toronto. Over 1 million people in Southern Ontario already live in a condo. It's become kind of a concrete jungle, and in 90 minutes away they can be in nature. And for 200 years, they've been escaping to Muskoka. So Muskoka is a really special place. Recently, National Geographic said it's one of the few places in the world that can change your child's life. Consistently rated as the #1 place to vacation in the summertime. Again, this is by National Geographic. I mean, they've been to enough places in the world, so we can take them at their word. Recently, only a couple years ago, we had all the world leaders come for the G8 summit. So for 200 years, Muskoka has really been the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Today you find a lot of mutual fund managers, hedge fund managers, movie stars, all the athletes own place in Muskoka. So, you know, how it works in the Toronto lifestyle is once you get to that top, percentile of income and success, typically you buy a place in Muskoka. So for me, it was age of 30. The next part about Muskoka is I want to talk to you about specifically where we are. Gravenhurst is really the hub of Muskoka. Theater, entertainment, festivals, it all happens in Gravenhurst. Next, I want to talk about the value of Lake Muskoka. So historically, lakefront real estate in Muskoka is really expensive, and the bigger the lake, the more expensive it is. Lake Muskoka is the biggest lake in Muskoka, and it's connected to Lake Rosseau and Lake Joe. So just to give you a real number, the average property that sold this year in Muskoka was over $1 million. It's actually been that way for almost 20 years. So the least expensive listing on MLS, multiple listing service, is around $400,000 for just kind of a raw vacant land, and it goes up to $13 million. That's kind of the range. So let's talk about very specifically where we're located. We're in a brand new village. This is a waterfront village called Muskoka Wharf. It's a $170 million development that was recently completed, which has 1 kilometer of boardwalk that links the Seguin, the Winona, those famous steamships, with a series of restaurants and shops and all kinds of fun things. And our property is run by the #1 hotel brand for 15 years in 72 countries, and with a fully furnished condominium. So you've got the best of both worlds. You have this beautiful condominium with all the full cleaning services you expect at the best hotels, but you also have a free breakfast and the indoor pool and the hot tub and the gym and the fire pits and all those other fun things that you'd expect at a 5-star resort. For those of you that have never invested in a hotel, hotels don't actually own any real estate. So what they do is they usually have a developer or a group of investors that purchase the property, and the hotel brand runs it for them. They're the operator, okay? And our hotel's no different. We have 106 units, and we have 106 owners. So each one is individually owned, but when you stay at our hotel, you would know that. If you bought a rental property in Ontario, you have some really interesting government rules. So for example, in 2013, you cannot raise your rent more than 0.6%. Hotels don't have that same challenge. Hotels can charge whatever the market will bear. Our hotel, since we opened 4 years ago, on average has been increasing our revenue between 10 and 14%. In the worst financial times when people stopped traveling, our hotel was growing 10 to 14% a year. Staggering. Now, could you earn more? Absolutely. If our revenue continues to grow the way we've seen it, it will absolutely grow. So it's a beautiful investment opportunity, and we're really excited to share more with you. Contact us to get all the exciting details. And I hope you make the right decision. One thing I've learned about all the investments I've made in my life, I've only regretted the ones I didn't make. I hope you don't make that mistake today, and I hope you invest with us in Muskoka Wharf.